My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arika Gallagher, the head of Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as our slightly more attacked yet peaceful Woodland Realm campaign. Now, I do not have anything additional to tell you, I am afraid. So, we're going to end a turn, and we're going to go straight into it. And let us pray that the Orcs of Dol Guldur do not take this chance and opportunity to try and defend themselves at Erinrunen. Erinrunen, of course, meaning Eastern Forest. Very simple name. Oh, we've ambushed the forces of the Shadow of Mirkwood, who are abandoning Erinrunen. 2 units of Dol Guldur archers. Oh, it's going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a slaughter.
Evil must not be allowed to triumph this day.
Now, I should say, I mean, it's basically irrelevant, but I'm recording this video on Monday. I recorded it on Monday because I was busy on Thursday. Or, at the moment, I'm going to be busy on Thursday, so I needed to record it today, which is Monday, but you're all watching it on Friday. Quite a ways away. But, as I said, I don't think that will actually matter, so I'm not entirely certain why I've said that. Now, we've ambushed them, but clearly it's not succeeded because we're just in the normal battle. So, they might try to run away. We have to accept that that could be a possibility here. Also, we don't want to be shooting them in the trees, and we want all of our units to be wide open. In line, archers! Here we go. Oh, pull back a bit, actually. Pull back a bit, pull back a bit. Get to the very top of the hill. We don't want them to have any tree advantage. We want to try and get them in the sweet spot out there where there's no trees. Now we're in position. Get as many kills in as you can before they get into proper positions. And now javelin men come up and assist. Perfect! This is excellent. This means that the city itself will have no defenders now. Oh, and the javelins from the side.
They have lost half
Have the enemy
their
even
men.
shot anything at us yet? Oh yeah, they're taking some damage. Oh, they've got a lot of javelins, haven't they?
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be
Yeah, if
ours.
they run away, just let them
The
run.
enemy army
6 men lost, 283 killed. 126th Randall. Phenomenal victory. Now, I've got a couple of questions I did want to answer, actually. Number 1, Grumpy Pirate. Grumpy. You asked in the Angmar video if the large address aware patch actually works. Now, I have had a lot of comments from people saying that yes, it solves many of their problems and it really does work. And indeed, on Total War Center, they have many comments have suggested that large address aware saves a lot of their problems. Obviously, this hasn't been done in any formal kind of testing, but we've certainly got comments from people suggesting that it does work. That's the best that I can give you, I'm afraid. Personally, I used to use large address aware for Sins of a Solar Empire because it's a notorious game for not having more than 2 GB of RAM, and it causes lots of problems. And I used to use it for that. And I can honestly, hand on heart, not tell you that I ever saw any kind of difference. So, I don't know, I think it's one you'd have to try out for yourself and see if it works. I mean, and to you to say that would any patcher work, that question I'm afraid I can't answer. I just download the large address aware. I mean, it's even bundled in with many Sins of a Solar Empire mods because it's said to be so useful. And I just download that and run that on the med2.exe. And it is supposed to solve the problem. And I definitely think that is the reason that the Angmar crashed. That's why I wrote it on the video. I thought about it after the video, and I realised, oh, that'll be the reason. Because in the 4 times I tried to do that battle, 2 that you saw, 2 that you didn't, in all 4 of those, it crashed at completely different points, like totally different points, and there was nothing in the battle that was happening for it to crash. And if it was a crash because of like a general's power or a unit died or some like a unit used an animation that didn't exist, A, most of those would come right at the beginning of the battle, and B, they're all crashes that the log would have an entry for. And so, because the log had no entry, it didn't say anything, that took away a lot of possibilities. Like, you can learn quite a lot from the fact that the log tells you nothing. And
'Tis good to see you, my friend. How can we help?
Go on, map information.
I do not believe I'm able to
What?
accept
No.
this. We understand.
So to answer the question in a very roundabout kind of way, the large address aware has worked for many, many people and they attest to its brilliance. I personally have yet to actually notice that it has worked. But then I've had a very stable experience with Medieval 2, but that's likely because I know how to mod it, if that makes sense. So if there's the odd problem here or there, I might know what the problem is, I might be able to find a way around it. I've got a stable build anyway, because I know all of the things that you can do to make it run as smooth and as fast as possible. So it's difficult to say, but I would certainly suggest if you've noticed you have random crashes, particularly in battles, large address aware seems to be the best way forward. Erumeldir has been betrothed to Caladwin. He's 16 years of age. He's handsome, apparently. Go on, then. You cost a lot of money, but I'll take you. Oh, you're free upkeep. Thranduil, why have you suddenly got so much free upkeep? What on earth is going on here? 2, 4, 8. Oh, that would be why. 2, 4, 8. Oh, it's training another unit, though. Welcome to the family, Erumeldir. Yeah, that unit can move forward and take up residence there. It's interesting to play this campaign and actually have money. This is a new thing for me.
Elven warriors.
Ah, they've not supported Erin Runen.
For the light.
You've returned to Erin Thollen. Why have I returned you to Erin Thollen? Ah, because there's only 28 of you. Return to Thranduil's halls actually instead.
Conceal our movement.
And we'll take 2 of you out.
Come on.
And then you and you are going to come out still further. Join up with Legolas.
Come, my brothers. Ready, elves.
I could do with another one actually. I don't like leaving good units behind.
Elven warriors.
Take the Woodland Warriors to Erin Thollen. Train some more. And then we'll take those as well. I'm not earning much money. Torvanshan Pass, you could get a market, couldn't you? Yeah, get that. Erin Thollen, can you build anything? No, you can't. Thranduil! We're not standing on ceremony. Ah, bugger, it's a turn away. Damn. The other thing that I wanted to address was the Warhammer video. Is apparently a video that splits opinion, much like the Heroes videos I did of old. And so I would just like to say, in response to the comments that maybe didn't particularly like the Warhammer video, is that it won't be a staple of the channel. It's what I intended that Memory Lane playlist to always be. And that is that it would just be random games dropped in every now and then. Totally no connection to the previous video before it. And no like running theme. Everything would be different. That was my hope. Of course, at the minute it's taken on a heavy Age of Empires theme.
Elven warriors.
And that's only because we've been playing so much Age of Empires, and that's the first true multiplayer game I've been able to show you all. So I've been hammering that home somewhat, I suppose. And so I wanted to just jazz it up. And I absolutely love the Warhammer universe and the Warhammer games. I mean, I've just been on Discord with both Aerfrode and Knight, 2 officers from the Steam group, and many others who have been discussing things in the Steam group itself. And it would certainly seem that I know nothing. I literally know nothing. I'm a plebeian in terms of knowledge in relation to Warhammer. But I still love it. And so I wanted to bring that to you in the hope that my passion for that game might show through. So that's why it would never become a staple again. Hence why the campaign that I did for... Oh, we're attacking them, aren't we? Idiot. Ugh. Hence why the campaign that I did for Warhammer did end reasonably abruptly, because quite clearly the demand for that kind of game, that kind of let's play, just wasn't there. So I swiftly amended that and did indeed cease it. Likewise, I did a playthrough, obviously, of Skyrim, and whilst there were many people who thoroughly enjoyed it and wished that it could continue, it didn't receive the same kind of demand that the Total War games do get. And so that was addressed. By addressed, I mean removed. But I'd like to drop them in every now and then. There were enough people that liked them for me to never not do them, but there just weren't as many people that liked them as, say, the DaC videos. And of course, everything in this world is all about supply and demand. You want to give the people what they want to see, or they won't watch it. And obviously, your success, or the whole point of YouTube only continues as long as people want to watch you. And as soon as they don't, this party's over. So especially in the beginning, it was worthwhile just testing the waters. I wanted to see what people might want to see. And when I arrived at what I thought people might want, I did a few little videos. But this is a very long way round of saying it. I'm just rambling on. But the point, therefore, was that you will see the odd video that you may particularly not enjoy, but there will be some people who do, and that's the hope there, to cater to every man, to link into my channel art. But anywho, enough of this. Here we are with DaC. By far and away our most popular series. Or my most. And I do sincerely... Well, part of the reason why I moved all of these onto a single build was to finally stop all of the crashing and all of the problems. So what you should see now, I do hope...
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their
is
men.
that these ones we'll see right to the end. So far, the only campaign I've actually finished
The battle is very much in our favor.
was
Victory will
the
be
Northern
ours.
Dunedain. It's the only one I saw to the end. Shoot them with arrows. Shoot them with arrows. We lost 4% in that. That was foolish. So I'd like to see all of these to the end. I'd like to see them through. Stainless steel, it remains to be seen. Stainless steel is already seeing lower demand than the others, and I can understand why. And even myself, to be honest, I was really excited to play stainless steel, and at the minute I'm feeling a bit like, ugh. It's just so
Our men have slain the enemy
hoardy,
general.
isn't it?
Without him, his troops will... This is a clear victory.
Oh, it's all over. Like, DaC and Third Age Total War have taken incredible pains to try and minimalize, nay, remove the stack spam. And everyone knows what stack spam is. But if you don't, it just is a state of the game whereby all you're doing is fighting endless stacks. Stack after stack after stack after stack. And it feels like you're making no progress. Now, this isn't challenging. It's just downright boring. And that was what I was moaning about in the latest Byzantine video, where it was called I'm Bored of the Sultanate. Because that's all they are. They're just endless stacks of cavalry archers. And it just gets really boring. And I can appreciate that kind of boring viewing would translate to the screen for yourselves. You're not going to want to watch just endless stack spam, which is what DaC and Third Age have tried and removed. But stainless steel doesn't seem to have done anything to alleviate the stack spam. I would go so far as to suggest that they've actually impounded the problem and made the stack spam even worse than it was in the base game, where it was pretty darn bad. Of course, that's why I'd quite like, I think that's why I'm hankering rather, to change and play Shogun so much, because Shogun is the pinnacle of the game going for no stack spam. It is almost impossible to have more than maybe 2 to 3 banner armies max in Shogun. And that's the dream of all of our mods. That's what everyone wants. You want big climactic battles, but sadly on the Med 2 engine it's just not possible. And it's difficult to find a way around it, but we have tried to combat it. That's why the elves have replenishment times of, say, 20 turns, and everything costs an awful lot more money. It's all an attempt to deal with the stack spam. But stainless steel doesn't attempt to have tried to deal with the stack spam. And it can just make the game monotonous. It's like a slog. Constant slog with no end in sight. And it just makes it dull. And I think that dull, that boredom, as I say, translates for your viewing, and it will become dull to watch. And I think that's why we're already seeing lower numbers in the stainless steel. But additionally as well, this is turning into just a philosophical, me giving my opinion on YouTube and viewing itself. But I would also suggest that people are far more likely to watch things that might be more modern. And the examples I've got for this is that Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is one of my favourite games, hands down. I've said it a lot. And I put a few Heroes of Might and Magic videos up. And whilst those that did watch them commented and loved them, and most of the comments are people saying they loved the video, but the overall viewing was a lot lower. So some people have just looked at that, seen straight away it's Heroes, or maybe even seen a glimpse of the gameplay and gone, nope, that's way too old for me. So people do want to just watch the more modern games, the more up-to-date games. The number of times I was asked to do Warhammer, Total War Warhammer videos is getting into the hundreds. And the number of people that want me to do Mountain Blade videos as well. But then Mountain Blade's quite old, but I think it's more popularity maybe than age. The Age of Empires videos have done pretty well, and that's a really old game. But of course, Age of Empires HD is a very current game, and has a huge multiplayer fan base still to now. And so I think there's that aspect. Popularity and age, whilst not necessarily One may not be more important than the other, but they can certainly they play off each other to give you more demand for certain videos.
Over here, elves. They will not
Now, this
see
is
us
all
in the
irrelevant
forest.
as you're the people that watch
will
it, so
need
you
that
know
one.
these things.
Follow me.
But I thought I'd bring that
Like the wind.
my little observations of that to you all. As we are just ending turn and building buildings. Fairground coming along quite nicely there. We're getting an we'll probably go for farming. Oh, 3,000, that's a lot. Jesus. But what we'll do now is we'll push out and we'll take the marches of the Northmen.
Come, my brother.
Thranduil and his Legolas can join up together. We'll take those with us.
Onward.
And we'll move out there. But we do need to Is that Khamûl? Christ alive! What the hell is Khamûl doing in Dale? He's pretty far from home. Won't do any good to kill him though. As long as they hold Dol Guldur, as long as they hold Dol Guldur, he will respawn. 15 turns after he dies. So it may not be that useful to take him out. But should we give this a suitably vague title and call it? I don't know. What can we call it? Ambush. The Ambush. If you give it the title The Ambush rather than Ambush, it adds a little bit more weight to the word. What did I call that Gondor video that went up on Tuesday? I only recorded it a few hours ago, but for you, there's like 4 days in between those two videos. So that interests me in a really weird way. It's not that interesting at all, but I find it quite interesting that you can do things like that. I'm recording this now, on Monday evening, and you're not even going to see it until Friday. That week will be over by the time you watch this, and I recorded it at the start. But I was right when I said a moment ago that that's not interesting. Because it is not interesting. Does that give me money? Yeah, but nothing really. I'd rather probably get the blacksmith, actually. Get some elven mail. Right, the orcs have arrived. Not sure that we can actually hold them off. But holding the outside of the forest, that's where most of our problems came from last time. The fact that they held Bur Alj.
Follow me.
The Dalians have had a pop and they didn't succeed.
My lord. Elves. Scout the elven warriors. By the light of elven.
Oh, running away.
Gonna stick you.
Cowards.
My lord. Engage.
Can't run away anymore, Balk mech. Do some mopping up.
Fight to the end.
Don't really want to go up against that larger army slightly to the north. I don't think we'll survive. Well, we will, because we're the elves, but we'd lose a lot, and we can't really afford to do that. Well, yeah, it's not necessarily true. But then if I pulled out the whole army that's currently in Thranduil's halls, we'll start losing money. So we're going to have to play a bit safer until we are certain that we've got the infrastructure to survive the cost of ongoing war. Mirkwood Stalkers, Orc Raiders. Yeah, get some shots in. Go on, Legolas. Right, they're coming for us. 25% dies. 30% dies. It's like every volley is almost 5% of their army.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. The battle is the enemy over.
Oh, it's all over with four.
We have won here.
Four lost. 152 Hinny Dower. Oh, Legolas, we can't kill you this time. I'm really hoping that in an attempt to hide the old versions of all 4 of the current playthroughs, I have unlisted every video and the playlist that they are related to. So that should mean that they're no longer suggested to anyone. And the only way you can now watch them is by coming to my channel, looking into the completed playlists, and personally deciding to watch a playlist that is old. So you still can see them, but they should never be suggested. Maybe that just is me and my like OCD-ness, wanting people to see the very latest. Well, not necessarily OCD, but that term is thrown around so much. So much. Particularness, I think, is a better term. I'm very particular. I like things done the way I like them, and I like to ensure that people get the latest information they can get. And those older campaigns, of course, are now old. Clues in the title. And I'd like people to see the newer campaigns. Mostly as well, because I really like the new thumbnail I made with everything on the left. I don't know, it just looks nicer. I like the grey as well, rather than the black. Thought that was quite
Stay in the
cheeky.
trees!
Right, the Dolglador force has moved north. Khamûl is, damn it, in Barrage. Who's that outside?
Have a taste of my
I've got a
blade.
general. Should we
By
go
the
for it?
might of the
I've done it. I
Scatter
don't really
them.
want to.
Destroy
What's the
Have
religion
your
level?
weapons ready, elves.
65 Northmen. Everywhere building. Oh, Torfilin, you can get me something. Do we save up and get that farming? Yeah, might as well. It's only a turn away. If you've got something that costs less than 1,000, I'll let you build it. Leather worker. Can't retrain them yet. Until Venture Pass is getting that. That's right. We're getting quite good money here, aren't we? Am I doing anything with my...
Yes, my lord.
Ah, yes, I forgot about you.
Aye, my friend. What can
Ah,
we do
we're
for
allies
you?
with them already.
No, we cannot quite accept this. Aye.
They don't want to give
aye,
me their
very
map
well.
information, even though they only own 2 towns. But they will pay me for mine. Foolish.
As you wish.
Let's head down to the
I shall
Rohirrim and
continue
try and get some
tomorrow.
trade with them.
My lord.
Our spy, nothing happening in the south, which is good, but then it's very easy to hide in the forest, so any number of troops could be anywhere. But what I think we should do is prepare for the fact that our forces are about to be whittled down. So we
For the
will
light!
take 2 units of archers and send them to the
Come
front.
on!
And then we can move that one
For
and
the
another
light!
unit out to join King Thranduil. We still won't be losing any money, so... If the Northern Army returns, I might retreat. I'd be surprised if it didn't return, as Thranduil, their current king, is in Barrage. Well, not king, what is he? Lord. But the game thinks he's a king. But you can change the titles to be whatever you want. Hence why we have Loke Khans, and the leader of Bree is called the Mayor. I was particularly pleased with that name.
My lord.
My favourite names though are Dorwinion, where I was given almost total free reign to decide all of Dorwinion's little story. The only thing that was preset was we were always going to do the elf human choice, but all of the wording, all of the names, the titles, all the backstory for the elf general that you get at the start, the king's name, the heir's name, all of that I did myself, and so I was quite pleased with that. I like the Vintner Court idea that I came up with. Well, I think we can win this if we just stay outside the wall and fire every arrow we've got before we charge in. Now, what I might do is then sack the city and run away, destroy all the buildings and flee. Regroup with those 2 extra units of archers and then come back at it once the Northern Army has then taken the city back. This is a nice enough day, I'll take this. Because we've only got 3 units of archers. Don't fire at will just yet. Okay. Push up. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Run to there. Shots fired. Shoot Khamûl first of all. Every other unit we can fight in melee. Don't forget that Thranduil is a demon in melee as well as with his bow. But Khamûl's bodyguard unit we might struggle against. We could just call this episode Khamûl actually. That's a better name, isn't it? Khamûl. Because however this goes, he's either going to kill us or we're going to kill him. Getting some good kill stats on his units at the moment as well, which pleases me. We are about to come under the tower fire. That's perfect point. He's in perfect point for the archers. No arcing shots at all. Well, 1 or 2. Let me just retract that earlier statement. Oh, the orcs have developed wind power. Well then, of course they have. This is, like, what is it, medieval-ish times? Windmills in full effect. Oh, we've killed a reasonable number.
Our men have reached the gate with the battery.
How many of those are firing arcing shots? Oh, almost none of them. And almost all of Thranduil is. Right. So you guys stop. Don't waste your arrows. We'll just use the lesser one. You gentlemen, can you fire at Khamûl from there, please? Oh, yes, you totally can. I'll happily waste every javelin
men
and
have
every
done
arrow
well.
of the,
The gates have
of the
fallen.
scouts to bring down everything Khamûl's got, or as much of him as we can. Alright, we're out. Thranduil, that unit over there is begging to be shot at by you. Hinnied out. What about shooting the Orc Raiders over there? How does that suit you? Badly. You guys have such a long range that you're going to be more effective if you stand further away. We've killed a reasonable number, considering we've wasted every arrow that we've got on his on his bodyguard unit. What about now? Oh, that's not where I told you to stand. That is 100% not where I told you to stand. We'll break through in a different location. How are you all doing now? Still quite a few of you firing arcing star shots. Legolas, Thranduil. Stop doing that. Shoot at whoever you want to shoot at. Archers, you're going to have to get involved.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us. We're through the enemy's walls, into the breach, and on to victory.
No, I can't attack there. And that way is way too far around. No, you might as well put it down and go with them. How are you in position now to shoot at Khamûl? He's still the biggest threat here. If we can just get rid of as much of him as possible. Come and stand over there like that. Now get him. Half and half. But the Hinnidawa have such a high damage that they should take out quite a few. Oh, he's moved in, he's moved in, he's moved in. Now just shoot at what you like. Oh, they have the same power.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Just shoot any arrows you've got left, because you're going to have to go in that main gate. Get involved. Get involved. Thranduil, now is the time. You're the best unit we've got. I need you to give it everything you've got. This battle will cost us a lot of troops, but that's not the end of the world.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Thranduil's inside. There he is with his twin swords. Oh, he's going it alone almost. Thranduil, you daft bugger. Legolas, I want you to do a big old maneuver. Get that and go around the side. How is the wall damaged 68%? Oh, the wall was already damaged before we arrived, wasn't it? Is this where everything is? This is everything that's left. Oh, we really are going to win. Khamûl only has himself and one gentleman left. Where is he? Oh, there he is. That's what Khamûl looks like, if you're wondering. This is his battle model. It's a slight twist on the Witch King with a more runic vibe. He's got the rune pauldrons and a different style of helmet. They've well and truly lost. I don't think we even need Legolas's flanking attack. Thranduil's in safety as well. Thranduil's not even fighting at the moment. I like the Elven Ram as well. That's courtesy of Leo's mod. The alternative patch, or
We've
whatever he
breached our
called it.
enemy's walls.
Yeah, by the time they got there, they weren't even needed. It's basically all of us versus Khamûl now, isn't it? Oh, it actually is all of us versus Khamûl. Even our archers are shooting him. Oh, you guys go and get involved over there. Spearmen just run away. We'll leave Thranduil to deal with
Our
Khamûl.
men have taken control of the city.
Because Thranduil does the most damage. With his very, very, very strong Elven King's Guard. That's the problem with generals, though. Generals do very, 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 very little damage. And whilst they do take on the stats of whatever unit you give them as a base, and they'll be affected by traits and ancillaries, because they're just one man. Oh, that was brutal. Well done, Seth. They don't have as much strength as the standard unit would normally have. They get stun locked as well when they're on their own. 240 perish to kill Lord Khamûl. And the Woodland Spearmen killed the most, 246. That battle map isn't particularly suited for the elves. We need the Orcish camp. It's a lot easier to saturate them with arrow fire when they're in the Orcish camp, because it's a terrible battle model.
We must defend these lands.
Sack the place. Get some money out of it. I'm definitely not going to stay in it. That's just suicide.
Orders completed.
But we've basically destroyed every building in that sacking anyway, didn't we? So, very high tax rate. Milk it for what it's worth. We've got reinforcements on the way.
Warriors.
But I think I will end the episode there as well. So, as I would have said in the Khazad-dûm video and the Gondor video, next week I will do hour-long specials, as I've got a week gap between jobs. And I shall hopefully do the Age of Empires tournament videos. We've had our first upset. Knight and Dazui. Dazui managed to beat Knight, which was a little bit of a shock, even to Dazui himself. He did say he was very lucky. But that means nothing to any of you, but to us in the group it's quite amazing. But that will all come next week. So until we speak again, dear friends, Navar and the Den Pedimad Melonin, Berio Eiref and an Eilflen, and farewell.